you shouldn't decide whether to mint a project or not until after the project has started minting. Let me break down why. The reason that I bring up this topic is the fact that I've had some people come into the public Discord and say, hey, why would you just pump and dump on your fans? What are you doing, Nate? Like, that's terrible. Why would you kind of talk about this project when it did bad? But what they don't realize is you can't make a call, possibly 3 weeks out from a mint. You can't even make a call 1 week out from a mint because there are so many dynamics at play. The crypto market could pump and put some instability into the sort of NFT market. You could end up having some information come out about the founders when it comes down to the project. And like we've seen recently, you could also have a project that comes out with a terrible contract, which means people can exploit it and it just loses trust in the project itself. So when I say, hey, I like this project, you should get in on this project, you should try to get whitelisted, you should do your research, what I'm saying is at that point in time when I was recording it, everything looked like it was on track for a good mint and it looked like it was going to be a good project. What you don't realize is that within 10 or 20 minutes, Ethereum could jump up 10% and now there's going to be instability in the NFT market. What a lot of people don't realize is that the market tends to shift very, very fast. There's a saying that a week in NFT land is like a month in regular world. The fact is things move so fast and so quick, and there are so many dynamics at play when it comes down to a particular project that things can just go bad very fast. So what I'm saying here is when I say, hey, I like this project, or I say, hey, this looks like it's going to kind of do well, or hey, here's what I'm minting, what I'm saying is that's what I'm doing at that point in time. What I want you to do is start to employ a tactic where you look at a project a week or two out, you look at a project the day before, and then you analyze the project the day of the mint, like as it's actually minting. Look at the secondary sales, look at who's buying it, look at who's selling it, look at the price actions and the volume, and determine if it is a good project to actually get into, because there are projects that I want to get into, there are projects that I really want to hold, but sometimes I might be on the whitelist, but the contract's bad and I don't get onto the whitelist. Sometimes there'll be projects that I want to get into, but they sell out too fast or the gas is too high, they haven't optimized the contract and something's bad and I lose gas. There are points in time where I am just like you and I miss out and I lose on projects that I want to get into because there are just bad sort of dynamics at play that are out of our control. So what I want you to take away from this is the fact that when the pros, the guys that know how to play this game are playing this game, they're deciding in the minute if they should execute on moving into a project or not. This isn't something that you're going to kind of know 2 or 3 weeks out, because even the biggest, the best, most hyped sort of overall project can always take a bad turn if a founder does something wrong or says something bad, or people look through some old tweets or a contract's wrong. There are so many things at play that can go into turning a project against the people that actually want to move into the project, and then it's game over. And I don't want to be in this position where I need to justify what has happened, because you need to be able to look at these indications yourself and work out if it's actually a good project to move into or not because of something you saw 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, but because of all the aspects that come into play at that particular point in time. That is how the NFT market moves, and that's how it goes. I may move into a project, then all of a sudden, an hour later, some bad things come into play, and I layer out of the project. That's just it, because I'm not necessarily coming in to just do a quick flip. I might be coming in and realizing that some bad things are actually going to arise and come up, so I want to move out of the project. That's not me dumping on followers. That's not me dumping on the market. That's me just protecting myself. There are points in time where you may dump onto the market. The market then doesn't care about the news that you were reacting to, and it keeps running up. That happens, and that's fine. And now someone else is sitting on a larger bag than you did because you panic sold. So what I want to kind of convey is the fact that every single person that actually knows how to play this game, that knows how to play the NFT space, doesn't mint until that minute of the sort of project release, because they understand that there are so many things at play. So if you are very new to the space, what I suggest doing is almost take into consideration what had happened in the past and then see if it aligns with what's happening at that point in time. If there is a bunch of FUD in the Discord, if there is a bunch of FUD on Twitter, if things just aren't lining up, there's no need to mint. You can always just wait it out a little bit longer and see where it goes. So that is the knowledge and wisdom that I kind of want to impart here, because it's not fair for people to think that I'm coming into a project and I say something 2 weeks out and I'm 100% committed, convicted, and going to go do it. I make sure that everything is lined up and is actually working well. Now, I know there are semantics that come down to it when I say, hey, I'm max minting this. Hey, I'm going to be buying into this 100%. The whole point is it means that at that point in time, I've seen nothing bad go wrong, but the market can change really fast. So that's where my mentality comes into it. You should never just have conviction on something and then stick to that conviction right up until sort of like the minute of going into it, because it could lead you into a bad position where your holdings are wiped out when something didn't feel right, but you wanted to kind of be true to yourself and like hold that promise. In the NFT space, it doesn't matter how honest you are. It doesn't matter how much you're sticking to your own word. If things don't feel right and it's not working well, don't risk the capital that you may have saved up months for into a project just because you didn't want to be seen as someone kind of going back on their word. Things change very fast, so I'm giving you permission to actually do that and kind of ensure that you're actually making smart, educated decisions when it comes down to the NFT space. So overall, a different kind of video today, a look into my mindset about how I actually move into projects and how I actually do it so that you can accelerate your knowledge to ensure that you actually make better trades and better educated decisions when you move into a project, and you're not going into it because someone said something 3 weeks ago or you promised yourself 3 weeks ago you're going to move into it. So if you found value in this video, please consider hitting up that subscribe button, and while you're down there, also hit up the like button. As always, it's been a pleasure having you with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.